super fun. Not going to do anything crazy. Not trying to break any speed records here today. Just going to do a nice leisurely trail ride. So right now I'm just in pedal assist 1 because I'm pretty much on level or just very minor uphills here. So not using much power here through this first section of rolling hills. But it's just so nice to be able to just roll through easily, get warmed up on this section, and be ready for some of the bigger climbs that come up later in this ride. The GoPro has a way of really flattening out the terrain, but this is actually very steep over here. I'm gonna head down this side, come out on this trail here, winds around, goes around the point, and we get on the south side of the hill over there and head way back up there further than you can see. So a really fun ride. We're gonna definitely run into a fair amount of snow in the shady north sides over here. But other than that, we should be good and clear. I don't know if you can tell how muddy that is. That's the downside of not having some sort of mud guard. I can feel my back getting splashed with this mud. So that may be something that I add, at least on the rear. Be nice just to not get your back all wet when you're riding in mud or you know, wet conditions. I put a new 220 millimeter front rotor on this bike. If you want to see what I did, I do have a video out on making improvements to the Cyrusher Ranger here, and I really like the braking with the 220 on the front. It definitely helped a bunch. You can probably hear the brakes. Right now they're not squeaking, but they're sounding gritty because I've got some mud in them right at the moment. Ooh, made that one. Okay. Makes a difference when it's dry versus snowy, too. I really hope that piece of foam is cutting out the wind noise from my microphone, because I'm going deaf out here from the wind noise. It's just roaring. Especially when I'm riding into it like this. So right at the moment, I'm just sitting down and pedaling and taking it easy, just having fun. Kind of don't want this ride to be over because it's so much fun back here, and it's particularly nice when I'm not having to pull off the path for horses and hikers and other bikers all the time. This has been an amazing morning here. Very fun little area. Ooh, super muddy. You can't see it, but I am just spinning here on the rear end. I was lucky I was able to stay upright there. Uphill in the mud, that's a challenge. Wow. Man. Yeah, just spinning on the back end. There we go. my end. I finally had to put my foot down. There's too much mud. Wow. I'll be washing my bike when I get home now. That was fun. Big tires make such a difference. There's no way I would have been able to ride through that on a normal mountain bike. Got a lot of mud on my brakes now. You may hear that squeaking. Okay, see, that was an example of getting to the apex and using the throttle to just get you past that point, and then you can pedal again. We unfortunately have quite a bit of north side trail coming up here shortly, and if I end up having to walk a bunch of that, I will just cut it out because you guys don't need to see that, but know that there may be a mile or two of pretty good snowbanks and all that. You got to ride right on the edge of this little trail here. And it did snow again, I don't know, about 4 days ago. That's why I haven't been out this week until now. I may be able to roll this section here. That's a big improvement since last time. Yeah, okay. That wasn't bad. I put a little foam piece on my microphone here. The wind's really, I have serious wind noise in my ears today. And hopefully you're not hearing that on the video here. We'll see. So like I started to say, this bike I think is perfect for like retirees that want to go ride some back trails, fire roads. You know, obviously you don't take something like this on Whistler or any of the into any of the big bike parks. It's not, this bike is definitely not for getting airborne on. It's just a great trail rider. First of all, it's somewhere in the area of 75 pounds. Well, that's just way too heavy to be jumping on. But you know, just for this kind of riding, boy, it is absolutely awesome. I'm in my 60s, and you know, I've always been a biker. Although the last couple of years, I really didn't do much. It's funny because so many people really got heavy into biking during the pandemic, and for me it was kind of the opposite. I was a big biker before, and then I didn't really do much during the pandemic, except sell off some of my bicycles, actually, because they were bringing good money at the time. So this bike has gotten me back into cycling big time, and you know, I've been real limited on how much I can ride just because of the lousy weather this winter. If it hasn't been snowing, it's been so bitterly cold that I didn't want to go out riding. But I anticipate getting out for several rides a week here this coming summer. That's going to be great. But like I said, if you're, you know, in your 60s and just want to get out for some fun trail riding, this bike will absolutely do what you want it to do. I was a little worried when I bought one because it's my first e-bike, and I was thinking, you know, I'm gonna be disappointed in what it can do. I'm probably gonna get back on these trails and it's just not gonna have the power to do what I want it to do. But that's not the case at all. It's like having somebody push you up these hills when you need it. It's really fun. So this one's just a hair tight. Oh, yeah, I could have made that. It's just my balance isn't great this morning because I'm just a little off today and haven't ridden in a week, so I'm just playing it safe on some of the corners here. There's a cool little bridge across Elk Creek. I'll stop right here, get a quick little video off either side. Pretty cool. This is a real pretty area back here. So far we haven't run into anybody, just the one hiker coming out of the park when we were very first started there. So you can't ask for any more than that. Okay, now we're going to head into more north face. I know this is going to be pretty snowy, so I'm going to come. There's only been one guy through here walking since the last snowstorm. This is the reason I bought a fat tire bike, for you wondering. Hey, my normal mountain bike, not a chance in hell that I would make it up this, but with these big fat tires, I can. It's so much fun. Oh, this thing does so well in the snow. I'm looking forward to putting a set of studded snow tires on it. For next winter. Get going up here. If this is the last switchback, then this is probably the last bit of snow we're going to see, which is amazing. One more. Let's see if we can make this one. I'm in my lowest gear. Oh, oh, had it. Spun out. It's very slippery. The snow is right at its melting point here. So it's, look at this thing climb up this snowbank. Absolutely amazing. Lost my balance there for a second, but it's not the bike's fault. Amazing. Wow, what a fun bike. Okay, now hopefully you guys are all getting a view of the surrounding terrain here through my new GoPro chest mount here. I've got the camera turned as high as it can go, but sometimes when I lean down into the bars, you get nothing more than a view of my screen there and my front wheel. Well, hopefully you're getting this. So I'm in Power Assist 3 just because we got a few little steeper climbs here. Probably not coming across on the video, but they do have some pretty good grade to them. Oh, made it. Whew. We got one big rock outcropping coming up here shortly that I'm going to have to jump off and walk over, just because the last time I tried to ride through it, I banged my cranks pretty badly. Don't want to do that again. Now, this bike has huge ground clearance. I'm not complaining about that. It's just that when you've got rocks that stick up 20 inches, you know, that are kind of staggered around. And this is it right here. I just can't get up this without hitting the cranks. I'm going to go around these steps here. And we'll go up, over. It's hard to even walk up. through that, and that's really the only real technical section on this. Not talking much through this section because it takes all my concentration to just stay upright. Put my foot down there. Sun hit the snow right there and suddenly got even slicker than it was. So this bike comes set up from the factory with 5 pedal assist modes, 1 being the lightest and 5 being like you have a very strong person behind you pushing you up everything. So I don't use the 4 and 5 just because I bought the bike to get a workout as well as just to assist me. So I ride along in pedal assist 2 and 3 pretty much everywhere. Flat asphalt, I'll just do 1. By doing that, it makes the battery last a lot longer. But you definitely still feel the assist. It's not like you're riding a regular bike. And it's got nice increments of power, so you can definitely tell a difference between each stage. And it's really nice. I have learned that on steep climbs, like technical climbs, like some of the switchbacks that we've done today, do not have your pedal assist very high. Go 1 or 2 when you hit the corners, because if you have more than that and you're pushing hard through the corners, sometimes the bike can get away from you. It'll give it a boost of power that you don't really want at that particular time. Another thing that I've found that is really has been working really well on a lot of the corners, the tight switchback corners, is to just put in pedal assist 1 as you come up to it, and then right as you hit the apex of the turn where you normally kind of are doing that balancing act where you're not really going anywhere, right at that point hit your throttle and not the don't rely on the pedal assist, and that'll give you that little extra boost to make it around the corner, especially if you've got a slippery corner, like a little bit of, if it's muddy or if you have a little bit of snow. That can make all the difference. Just a tiny bit of throttle as you hit the apex of the corner and roll on through. It's been working really well for me, and I'm starting to get that down. I'm sure by midsummer I'll have that down to where I can consistently roll through many of those corners on the uphills. So you might have noticed some tracks a little ways back. Somebody came up, hit one of those longer sections of snow there. And you can see where they turned around and just came back. They didn't want to try to make their way through that on a normal mountain bike, and that's completely understandable. These parts, they may not look it in the video, but they're quite muddy and slippery. Okay, let's get down here on the flat and we'll do a sprint, see what we can get up to. I think I've hit 44 miles an hour on that flat on this bike. I'll bump it up to pedal assist 5, put it in top gear. We're in 9th gear right now. Let's see what we can get up to. $41, $42, $43. $44. Looks like today I'm maxing out about 44. It's not bad. Go back down to pedal assist 2. Because we're coming to another big downhill.